fear it won't do. And they say that a hero can save us. I'm not gonna stand here waiting.
Hello.
Hold on to the wings of the eagles. Watch
Sorry.
as they all fly away. And they'll watch it.
A soft spot for that song. Hi, how is everybody? I've missed you. I've missed you all. Yes, I've missed you. How are you all? And Judge first again. That's 2 streams you've been first on. Hello, second Ivy. Hello, Ivy. Yes, it's been a bit of running around since finishing on an Artist Empire stream, getting the stuff out, because I did last week when I last saw you guys and girls and hobbyists all on the Wednesday night stream. I was planning to be working on the Thursday, but my boss said to me on the Wednesday, don't. So yes, I did that, and I didn't work, and I managed to build, base, and majority paint a few dudes. So that's always helpful. So, sorry, I've just got to reposition stuff on my screen because I can't see Jack. So yeah, I built all these Lernian Terminators and Praetor, and that dude I was working on before. So sorry, that dude who I've been working on, and I done most of that on Thursday before the big day on the Friday, which was going. I'll have to move it. Sorry, moving everything around so I can actually see what is going on. So I can now see. The setup is I've got OBS. So what you're seeing, me in the corner, main camera. So I can see that, so I know that I'm actually trying to put it into the right position when painting. And then, yeah, I can't see what's in the chat. It's all very technical. It's a pain at times. So I'm just trying to make it a little bit more organised for myself. That's better, right? I'm sure that's fine. So yes, it's Warlord Wednesday, and we are here. We have stuff to paint, which is these guys. I'll find my room fan still and give that a booba shaker. So ominous. Yeah, it was it kind of been sort of acquaintances and friends. I suppose we can count ourselves friends, and we have we exchange messages and texts and stuff on whenever. So I've been invited over several years ago, but every year it's always been a bit. Something's got in the way, like either I couldn't get the time off work or I had to be here for other things. And this year I finally got the stars aligned and I was able to get out there. So that was a nice little trip to theirs over him and Katie's in Ireland. And yeah, it was a lovely occasion. Loads of awesome people there. people that I've met at Black Library Weekenders. Mark Collins as well, who's another now is a Black Library author, who's done his latest, which was one of the Warhammer crime books, Grim Repast. He was there as well, who was part of the Black Library crew back in the Black Library Weekender days. And it's actually him and his best buddy Gareth I was with the majority of the time, amongst some other new people that I met who are all awesome, and other friends of mine, Sarah Ann, Laura, Gail, my adopted sister, and her husband Simon, who are just awesome people. DW folks in the studio are just people like everyone else. They have a fun job, but straight peeps. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they all have interesting lives, and it's the whole, when you're there, you don't treat Aaron any different. You call him names, insult him to an extent. As long as you're sort of friends with him, you can't just go randomly up to someone and go, "Hey, you're an arsehole," something like that. Because that's not cricket. It's not how it's done. But if you are in that area of friendship where you can take the mick out of people, then yeah, it's good. I'm going to show, and he can give as good as he gets. So, but yeah, you've got to be in that that realm of buddiness. But yes, it was a great turnout. Lovely people. Where he lives is really nice, really picturesque. Hey, Jules, dude, welcome. What are you up to? But yeah, it was a great weekend away, and I can't go into details of all the Fabergé eggs we ate and that. Nothing like that. Probably why you have no friends. Well, you haven't insulted me yet, and believe me, I would let you know if you had. As with anyone, because you don't exist, you die. You are expunged from the universe. Dramatic, yes. Extreme, yes. Don't do things by halves. I go full overkill all the time. But yeah, it was as I was like for those who wasn't in Artist Empire's stream. I did mention that he had some cake. He had 3 cakes. One for his, obviously it's friend groups. So it's the 40k sort of Warhammer universe friend groups, Warcraft friend groups, and family friend type groups. Real friends, I suppose, and family. And he had 3 cakes, and the one for the 40k Warhammer friend groups, they'd done a diorama on it, including 2 models that I painted for him when he was doing Spears of the Emperor, and I was getting because I liked the Spears of the Emperor prior to knowing, because I knew that there was a Spears of the Emperor book coming out before he was attached to it. And then when he found out he was attached to it, I thought, oh wow, this is awesome. And so I painted some characters, and then when the artwork came out for the book cover, which has the Warhost leader on the front, and with the spear, I made that model, kit bashed and painted it, and obviously took loads of photographs and stuff, and then I sent it on to Aaron as a little sort of token of my appreciation, sucking up basically. It seemed like the place to be at the time, because I wasn't doing a Ibn Spears army at that present. So yeah, and these two of the 3 models I sent, because the third one, to be fair, was an earlier model, didn't look quite right, it was an old style, so these are both Primaris guys, and they're fighting a Chaos Marine bastard in this sort of like little thing on top of this cake, and it was just really like humbling that I'm standing there like everyone's like, oh, the cake's out, and then I'm getting called over by Katie, go Lee, come over here, and going over there and seeing your models on top of his birthday cake was just like, oh my god, that's just so awesome. So yeah, it was, it blew my mind to see that. But yeah, it was a great weekend. New friendships made, old friendships reinforced. You know, so yeah, I having friends is quite cool, but meeting new friends is just as cool. And yeah, and they're all involved in, most of them are involved in hobby or that sort of geekingdom anyway, so you can't really go too far wrong. But yeah, it was a lovely weekend. Thank you very much for bringing that up again. Yeah, valuable content. What I did at the weekend, but where I was and who I did it with. That's the real Mac Daddy scenario. But anyway, what have you guys and girls been up to with your hobby? And everyone else who's in here, what's been distracting you? Are you still working on your Oberon, Jules? Let's get him out of the way. I need to do him. So we're doing trim. We love trim here. This is the trim channel. What are you talking about? These are white scars. No idea. I don't know who you're talking about. No idea at all. It was actually Katie, Aaron's wife, who joined us on one of these very live streams, who was the one that sort of coerced us into doing these dudes. Sorry for the delayed reply. I was having pooter twabble. Pooter twabble. I'm still working on Night Lords. Oh, hoping to take some photos of my rhino now it's finished. You've got it done. Excellent. That I am looking forward to seeing muchly. There's a lot riding on this, Harvey. It's not really. As long as you're happy with it, that's the main thing. But yeah, it's Katie, who hasn't, bless her, started. Admittedly, they've only just moved back into their house after it being renovated and made awesome. I never saw the old house, but I've been told by good authority that the new house is pretty cool. I was actually impressed, being a person who works in flooring, at their carpets and flooring. I did do a little bit of work there as well. I actually hoovered the stairs landing of their abode, and I done some cosmetic work to their carpet, because being a person in the trade, the first thing you do when you walk into someone's house is you notice if there's anything out of place or wrong. And so I give their carpet a haircut in places with a pair of kitty scissors. It's what they call high tufts, just random tufts sticking up. So I just went round and trimmed them down, and tidied things up for them. It's the least I could do, you know. There was letting me stay at their house. Slept in well, it's basically the kids' computer room, but it's got a really nice sofa in there, so that was mine for the weekend. So I was grateful for that, because most people take tents and they camp out in the grounds, but I was indoors, which, funnily enough, on the Friday I was so anxious about problems happening, you know, really stupid things like I swore that my car's going to break down. I swear my car's going to break down. Oh no, please don't break down. This is the first time in years I've managed to get out to go there. Don't do this. Don't do this to me. I was so paranoid and I couldn't sleep. So I went to bed. Well, I went to bed about 9:30. I didn't actually go to sleep till about 12:30, and then I was up at 4:30, and then that was it. I was up because I had to get to the airport before my flight, which was 8 o'clock. So you got to get there for 2 hours beforehand, and it was about an hour drive. So it was getting up, getting organised, getting out, hoping against hope that I wouldn't break down, which I didn't, thankfully. Hey, right, Mac 10, welcome, welcome, welcome. He's been working on it, dude. Don't worry about it. They, you know, they work between books. Yes, he's a very slow writer in comparison to other authors, but it pays off because he's normally got some really excellent writing, and you know, whereas you might have someone like Guy who is prolific as fuck, you know, doing lots of awesome books for like the Indomitus Crusade in particular, but you know, Aaron he takes his time because he wants it to be right. You know, he'll read back through, he'll check his stuff, like proofreaders as well. He has quite a few, like, you know, proofreaders for him, and if something's not quite right, he changes it and gets it done. So it's the best product that he can put his name on, and hopefully people enjoy him. You know, it was really quite telling, like when he messaged me before Spears of the Emperor came out, and he was really, you know, unsure. So I'm not sure, you know, how good it is, you know, but people keep on telling me this is like really good, and I don't want to believe them. And you know, when he's like his peers, like Chris Ray, for example, said to him, "This is like your best work so far." You know, that obviously helps, but when you've got that sort of anxiety, you know, you want it to be good, and you want people to like it. And luckily, because he puts all that effort into it, people do like his work. ADB BL third book is done, but GW won't let him release it. There you go. He picks over his prose, it is appreciated. Dude, he can take as long as he wants just because I know it'll be bloody epic. Exactly. His next book out is next month. Mac 10 knows what it's all about. But yeah, his next book, which is Echoes of Eternity, a siege novel, according to Amazon from way back when, so I've got it on pre-order, was 15th of September. Now, obviously, the community have already shown up pictures of the artwork and have already stated it's coming soon. So normally when they do that, it's up within 3 months, or 3 to 4 months. So that is due soon. So yes, it's something to look forward to. And we will have some awesome books and audio books to be making our imaginations grow that little bit more within the Heresy Siege era. And you can't say fairer than that, because as I say, the Siege of Terror books have been all really great stories in their own parts that they've played, filling out what actually went on Terror. Yeah. So yeah, it's like with Echoes, it takes precedence over the Black Legion because of the Siege of Terror series, and obviously being lined up with everything that's happening within the series. Because obviously the last one we had was Warhawk, which was pretty freaking awesome. For the first time, I'm actually waiting for a book to come out that's related to the Heresy Siege series, only taking me 5 years to catch up. So we've got so much more to sort of wait about. I have a theory about the Siege of Terror. You can share it if you wish. It's what we're here for, to chat and stuff. Obviously, if there's a theory's a theory. There's, yeah. Oh, that would be interesting. That would. Right, bedtime for me, guys. Another silly o'clock start for me. Have fun. No worries. You take care, dude, and we'll catch up with you again later. Evening, Rob. Evening. Siege 7 is finished, but it's the release schedule. I know that because I know Aaron and I know it's finished. The thing that did hold up things is, like, I don't know if you remember earlier in the year they showed off the artwork, and the Warhammer community said they haven't released a name for it because he didn't have a name for it. He couldn't decide on what to call it. But he's got a name for it now, Echoes of Eternity. And as I said, Amazon, which I'm going to look up now because it was, as I said, September the 15th. I pre-ordered it several months ago. Yeah, so I pre-ordered it in March, and the date they've got listed for the book is the 15th of September. For wow, yeah, yeah, 13th of March it was ordered. I ordered it, pre-ordered it. So 15th of September is when it's due. But yeah, it was as I said, it's all quality control. He wants it to be good. You know, he wants people to like his work. Um, but the book is finished. Um, I even think that he's probably pretty much done with Spears 2 as well. Because it's not just that he does other stuff. Like a lot of the sort of like scripts for the sort of trailers and stuff, that's normally Aaron as well, amongst other things. So he does a lot of writing here, there, and everywhere. So it's not just novels, he does other stuff, but obviously with his novels, that's what he spends a lot of time doing because he's a fan. He wants it to be good. He wants the story to make sense. He wants it to be awesome. We're not getting into sort of like George R.R. Martin territory with between books, but yeah, he's written one. He was given one. He's written one. Just waiting for the release. And I'm sure it'll be awesome. So I'm biased or whatever, but I've not read a bad ADB book. I know Rob is doing Master of Mankind at the moment, and he was in our sort of chat elsewhere saying about how much he likes Arkham Land. It's one thing that Aaron can do is give you a character that you can relate to and think how awesome they are. Emma Gregory did do a good job with the Spears audiobook, and because I run the Spears Facebook group, there was some people going, "Oh yeah, this. Why is a woman doing this? Why is she reading it? It should be a man because it's Space Marines." And then you point out to them and say, "Well, the protagonist is a woman. The whole idea of this book is humans witnessing what Astartes, or Primaris in this case, are like up close. Seeing it outside of the box instead of 'Come, brother, let's go pillage and destroy for the Emperor' and all that sort of stuff. Is actually seeing them through the lens of somebody close by to them. So it made perfect sense that the narrator be a woman. But yeah, she's done a good job with it, Anuradha, the character that she was, who is the narrator of the story, the POV character. Yeah, I still love that book, and I've read it. I've listened to it a number of times. So it's basically that and Titan Death are probably the two books that I've listened to and read, and several times for each. So mostly listened. Yeah, obviously it's a long drive to work, but yeah. I remember it was 2019 because I got both books at the last Black Library Weekender, which was 2018. So they were on my shopping list: Titan Death and Emperor's Children, Emperor's Spears, and yeah, read. I literally started reading Emperor's Spears as soon as I got it. There was actually a picture of me because it was a limited edition one. There's a picture of me because the book was wrapped in like this crepe paper sort of thing, bundle with a spear sticker. So I took that off carefully, slid the book out, and then wore it as a hat, like a party hat. ADB is my favourite author, followed by Chris Ray. I'm sure he would appreciate that. He doesn't take praise well, but he would appreciate it. HH is crucial to the IP. The customers who follow the HH are both extremely invested and willing to invest. GW, unlike many companies, recognise their value. I think Emma Gregory narrated the voice, which was really good, and I'm really looking forward to listening to Spears now. Oh, you're getting Spears? Oh, I love Spears, as I will always say that because I love it. You know, for Space Marine chapters, it's always like, you know, this, that, and the other. We live on a home world, everyone's awesome, and, you know, it's groovy and all that sort of stuff. Maybe not so much Fenris, but no, they're the best way to describe Nemeton, their home world, is basically it's like Britain after the Romans left, sort of thing. That dark sort of period. You got all the tribes, like, you know, early Britons and stuff. So it's covered in like ruins of the failed experiment that the Ultramarines tried to settle and, you know, things, and didn't quite work. Hey, Engine Phil! Hi there, buddy. I phoned up Engine Phil and left him a message asking if he wanted to come out yesterday to have an ice cream. But he was busy getting his belly button pierced. It wasn't him, okay, it was his daughter. And he was driving her. But because I went past where he lives to get to where I was going to, and I saw him sitting there, I went, oh, it's Phil! I just reached out and went, oi! And he was not paying attention at all. So, because I texted him afterwards saying, I just oyed you. So, yes, welcome to the house. Phew, Rhino doors are done and now I can finally call it finished. Excellent. I want to see this beastie of yours. Is it with the do still hanging off? The like the back door and stuff, or did you re-plan that? Final book for the Siege of Terror series. I'd love them to go all out and have a full-on audio play with multiple voice talents, Toby voicing Horus again, etc. We can go get our belly buttons pierced together another time. That was parenting. Parenting is life. Parenting is love. Glad mine have grown up and moved out. In the end, I went for one dude hanging off the side by a chain, and one inside the back of the rhino, then a couple of dude. The whole thing is really understated, but I like it. Yeah, go for it. As long as you're happy with it. You know the rules. As long as you're happy, doesn't matter. It's yours. It's your tank. You do it how you want to do it. Yeah, I would love to have more audio dramas like that. You know, an ensemble cast to actually do, certain characters or multiple characters and stuff, because you do get obviously similarities in voices and stuff, which can be annoying at times, where you think, wait a sec, he's doing the voice differently, she's doing the voice differently, or they're doing the voice differently. I want it to be the same. Which, yeah, it would be nice to be 100% accurate each time. This is the voice we do for this person. But yeah, sometimes we're just not that lucky. Yeah, with your so no spoilers. Again, I had a similar inkling in regards to your theory of dropping the shields. I thought back in the early days it was little Horus. As if like he realised his decision on Davin was a bit wrong. He was under a lot of pressure, and that he sort of redeems himself. But yeah, could be a bad one as well. Because he was that like, why did he drop the shields? And like, because he wanted to force the Emperor into a confrontation. Because he was running out of time. And that's the thing. Although, like in the books at the moment, you don't feel like that, because they've done them so well that even though it happens beforehand, and everything, before, we know that you had the Space Wolves, the Dark Angels, and the Ultramarines on their way to Terra, and it was a battle for time, for not just the loyalists but for the traitors as well. But they've written it so well that you kind of forget that, because you're there, you're thinking, oh my god. I didn't get to say on Artist Empire's stream that somebody was just starting Warhawk, which has some great bits in there, which absolutely awesome. But no spoilers. We don't do spoilers here. We try to avoid spoilers in books. Obviously, if the book's been out for a very long time, yeah, there's only so much. But I'd say within at least 5 years. Anything more than that, dependent on the book. So if you want to talk about a book or anything like that in chat, just throw it out there first, just in case. Because we don't want to spoil things for people. Me personally, I don't care about spoilers. I like to know what's happening, even like a book, because it's that got me into heresy in the first place. My friend Mike, who was reading the heresy book series, he was telling me, and he said, "Well, I don't know, I don't want to spoil it for you." I said, "Look, I know it goes from from the old stuff like the lodges of Davin, Horus falling, and then they end up at Terra. The series is just filling in the gaps. The general thing. All right, 10 years for Ivy. Hey, MZ, hello. I do apologise as well. I've gone with the cut off here, so any side boob action, I do apologise. It's not my intention, but it's hot, and so that's why I went with the literally just cut the sleeves off, because this is an old t-shirt. It's slightly smaller than I normally wear, so it's like, you know, it's figure hugging. But yes, yes, side boob. You know, I don't want to lose any. Well, I don't get anything, so you know. But you know, I don't want to lose anything either. You know, it might not. People might not appreciate side boob. But yeah, so I don't really mind about spoilers as such, you know, because it's what gets me into reading it, like, you know. But I know that not everybody's like that, so that's why I try to avoid stuff, or giving away too much, unless it's something like, obviously, where I've done so much heresy in my time. You leave my moves alone. Dude, we had a romantic dinner that time. Valentine's dinner. Romantic. Romantic as hell. You ordered the same as me. Booba shaker. So yeah. So look, everyone's happily chatting about boobs. It's fantastic. So you couldn't go wrong. Boobs are awesome. We all love boobs. Everybody loves boobs. I can't even remember what I was on about now. There's been so much. Titvar, yeah. Titvar. What the? Where the hell are you going with that? I thought. Yes, it was a romantic evening that I shared with Phil, on Valentine's night in 2020 in a hotel. And he was looking at the menu. I placed my order. He was looking at the menu, and he's like, "What are you having?" I said, "I'm having this surf and turf." I'll have the same as him. And the woman, the waitress, just looked at us and went, "Oh." I tell you, it was probably the most sexual scenario you could ever have been in. Seedy. It was seedy. I can still remember that day as if it was yesterday. Gazing into each other's eyes whilst eating garlic prawns that was strewn over our steaks. It was a beautiful moment. It was. It feels like a lifetime ago, in fact. Are we doing Latin? Titvar, tivas, tiveri, tivesti. Fusi. fishy. I'm not even going to go there, Phil. Part of me wants to, but I'm not. I'm educated. Yes. Yes, you so are, Judge. Yes, it was a marvelous evening. An evening that will not be forgotten easily. The sexual tension. Oh my god. Oh my god. It was full on. Yes, it is full on. Lots of booby to talk tonight. I, I just mentioned a side boob, and then you lot went crazy for it. You know, this is this is probably why we keep on getting so many Russian bots posting porn sites in the comments. But yeah, it's you know, it's full on sexy hobby time at the moment. We're all hobby and horny. There you go. New terminology. Horny for hobby. Horny for heresy. Hard for heresy. Which is an actual thing. This stream's definitely going downhill. Yes. Great. Now I'm painting dudes and thinking of boobs. Honestly, you lot are terrible. I'm just a sweet and innocent little hobby hero here, trying to provide a service. Heresy hookers. That's what I'm saying. I'm painting dudes and thinking of boobs. You know, I'm sorry. Sometimes I just speak my mind. Yeah, I do have a lot of Third Legion. Yeah, so that is fair. There is a lot of dudes with boobs in now, I guess. I would do a poll. Not I would do a poll. Um, dudes and boobs. Um, but I don't need to because we know the answer. Boobs. Boobs win. I feel sorry for the people that are outside. There's a guy and a girl talking. Obviously, he's trying to impress her in some way, shape, or form. And yeah, every now and again, hearing boobs and dudes thrown out of the thing. Um, yeah, it might be affecting his qual. We just don't know. I think he's trying to impress her upon her that she should come back to his place and look at his stamp collection. Oh no, coin collection. Coin collection. Yeah, he's mentioned about pounds, and he wants to pound her. Right, come on, people, you got to behave. There's children present. There isn't children present. I lied. There's no children here. This might get an R rating. That's the way it's going at the moment. It's just. This could appear on like that Pornhub. Oh, you've been chatting again. I'm always whoring the algorithm. Dudes and boobs. Warhammer trip when? I don't know when. FNAF. All the boobies. Emmy's hitting the boobies hard. This is wholesome chat. Keeps it. Forge of boobies. Oh dear. Oh. So my jaw is aching now. There'll be t-shirts and everything, MZ. Forge of bras. No, it's not, no. We cannot entrap them. We must release them. It could be worse, yeah. Oh. So what is everyone else working on? Apart from talking boobs in the chat. And it looks like Ivy and MZ are teaming up now. Mutual support. Painting Night Raptor number 4 of it. For a second there, I totally misconstrued what the Night Raptor was. I thought I was thinking of a Fire Raptor, and I thought, why have you got 11 Fire Raptors for? Your War Master. Yes. For Vulturum. Yeah, latest you're doing now, not feeling Hobbit. No, that's fair, dude. That's fair, and it's lovely to have you here. You know how much we appreciate a visit from Uncle Phil. West Philadelphia, born and raised. It's always lovely to have you here. We all appreciate you. We all love you. Even though you wanted to blow me out for ice cream for belly button piercing instead, that's fine. That's fine. I can live with that. I don't know if I'll be doing ice cream tomorrow though. I might do. I might not. I don't know. Engine chew at the moment. Oh, 11 Fire Raptors sounds like a project I would embark. No, don't. They are. No, stop it. We will not have this Fire Raptor talk in this channel. Grrr! I'm putting my foot down. But that's the thing though, because I'm gonna have the kids, and as soon as we go that direction, it's like Thomas is like, For context, normally I pop into Phil's for a quick chat or swing by and stuff, and end up staying on his doorstep for about half an hour with the kids in the car. They love that. That's why I thought about asking you out for the ice cream, because then we could walk and talk whilst eating ice cream. You know. You know what? Fuck it. We'll be around and we're going to go for ice cream tomorrow. There you go. Don't say I don't do anything for you. My other idea was going to Chelmsford, to Highlands Park, having a picnic. Ooh, ice cream. Oh, spicy dill ruffles are lovely crisps. And as Ivy well knows, eat crisps for tonight. No, I fucked it up. That's it, I've ruined it. I'm going, fuck it. Eat crisps for tomorrow we die. Talking about dill pickles, when I returned from Ireland, because of a little bit of maybe hangoverness, I needed some food because I'd only had a bit of toast in the morning, and then a bit of cake, and that was it, all the way through until 8 o'clock at night, because I wasn't feeling at all well on the bus journey. I slept the bus journey to Dublin, and then I had to faff around Dublin Airport. I had a bag of crisps in Dublin Airport at 5 o'clock. So I was a bit hungry because I was feeling better, but I was hungry. As I've come through the arrivals, obviously got a Burger King in Stansted Airport. So I thought, there's hardly anyone there. I'm going to get a Burger King. I'm going to get myself a Whopper. I don't want to go too heavy. So I'll just go for a Whopper meal, chip, fries, and drink. So I got that, waited my turn, got it, filled my drink up, and I sort of stash. Walked to the car, drove out, and I'm basically got it all set up on the seat next to me. And I'm like, chip, eating chips, and my ears are popping. And then I got into the burger, so bitten into it. Oh, straight into a gherkin. Now, I don't mind gherkins. I'm not the biggest fan of gherkins, but I thought, well, I'm glad I found it, or found one of them, or two of them, because there seemed a bit of gherkin there. Another mouthful. Oh, they're all over here. What I actually found was that they'd obviously run out of lettuce, and my entire base of my Whopper was gherkin. There was about 15 gherkins left after I'd had several bites and was eating it, and there was still about 15 gherkins in the base of that fucking thing. I'm like, what? And there was no lettuce. It was literally like, it's green, we'll throw it in. And it was like, And I thought, oh. So I had to just like scoop some of that out. That was just too much. I'll take a few, but that was too much. The UK has superior cliffs to the US. Pub life is a dominant factor. In my opinion, the best foodstuffs to settle a stomach when you're pukey is a Whopper. See, and I knew that. You know that because you're my hobby daughter. One time I was really queasy because my stepmother had just puked on the window that was on the other side. And I had a whopper. He fixed me right. She just turned from the projectile, vomited at you. My dream burger. UK Burger King has a superior ingredients. I prefer Burger King to McDonald's over here. It just, I can eat at McDonald's and it just doesn't feel like I'm not satisfied. I want more. More, I tell you. But yeah, it's Burger King is quite nice. Now I want a Burger King. I'm hungry. The nearest Burger King to where I am actually currently located is Southend. Yeah, but it's. I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself, Ivy. It's just the thing is that I'm envisioning it. As some of you already know, I can yeah, I've got a pretty decent imagination, so I can pick up on things and I can visualize, from just the basic sort of stuff that you would be saying. So yeah, I saw that actually happen. Seeing your stepmother puking at a window with you behind it, I was there. I was there like a spirit on your shoulder, watching the projectile vomit head towards you, only being stopped by the glass pane. I feel like Ron Burgundy. Yeah, he just reads out whatever's in front of him. Fuck you, San Diego. I do love a burger. I was what was I doing? A friend of mine, Rob, who's the other half to Crystal McDowell. I was popping round to pick some stuff up, um, and while I was there, it's like, oh, "Do you want something to eat while you're here?" So I think, we're just gonna have, before I go on the live stream, do you want something to eat? And I went, "Oh no, no." So we've got burgers. You can have a burger. You can have a burger. Something, and like you're standing there, you're going, "That does sound quite nice. I would like a burger." And Rob just got on it, and he was making the burgers for all three of us. And they've got like a little garden, but they do grow their own stuff as well. And Chris was coming with some like lettuce, like little gem type lettuce that grown, thrown that in there, some tomato in there as well. Oh my god, that was so fucking good. That was so nice. And I tried replicating it myself with buying some nice ingredients from supermarket, but I just could not manage it. That burger was sweet. That was nice. And I don't normally eat burger with tomato in, but Rob just managed it so good. Boy's got skills. Booga. Yeah, booga booga. I think next time we do a meet up or something, that we're gonna have to again either just go play it safe and go with Burger King again, or we go hard. We go for like Five Guys. That does sound quite nice. I've actually, again, like I've always been, because I wasn't always a fan of cheese. I know. But I have grown to enjoy a good cheeseburger. Cheeseburger, burger. I've realised I'm painting over here. You can't fucking see what I'm doing. Five Guys is a Virginia creation. Alexandria. Alexandria? Is that in Virginia? Um, I am close to the source. They are decent. I've been to the original restaurant. Oh, cool. There was something I'm not sure if it's on Amazon Prime or if it's on Netflix. There was a film that was made several years ago with Michael Keaton in it, which is called The Founder, and it's basically the origin story of McDonald's. And that was actually, it was really quite interesting. It was a really good film, for one, like detailing all that sort of business. I like Five Guys. I think it's the best UK gourmet burger chain. Gourmet Burger Kitchen and Byron are shit here. I've never had Gourmet Burger. I've only ever had Five Guys out of that list. I really want to have a beef burger of some description that makes you basically pretty much orgasm in your mouth. You know, it's that good. You know, you're eating it and you're just going, oh my god, sort of thing. You know, I so want some meat. Oh, damn it. Burger! Give me burger! I am so hungry now. So I was rushing home to get back for the live streams. Obviously, mine and Duda. For Duda. Sorry, Ice Empire. And I thought, no, I've eaten. I'm not trying to gorge myself. You know, trying to be good and all right, but oh man, could I do a burger right now? I don't normally eat after 8. Maybe I'll eat sweets and the odd chocolate. Depends on the mood. But you know, fuck me, Boiger. This is the Boiger and Boobs edition of Forge of Mars's Wednesday Warlord. Welcome. I hope you've enjoyed your stay. Boiger. I missed bits on that one. Honest Burger, mediocre tier. Quite a chain on the East Coast, US. If you visit, I should take you out. White Castle is crap, but delicious. 5 guys made it to the UK. Who knew? I'm very curious about White Castle. It's a local thing for me. That's one I haven't tried. Heard the reason that there are 6 holes in the patty is because it takes 6 shots to kill a rat. 6? 9. I used to love watching Man vs. Food purely because the stuff that guy would get through, you know, all these like little challenges and like places that go, yeah, you come in here, you eat this sort of thing, you get it free and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I missed out many years ago. My friend was basically, he works in the city and he used to get like, you know, his yearly performance bonus sort of thing. And what he would do is just take out a few friends for a massive sort of day out of booze, food, and debauchery. And on this one occasion, it was we was going to watch England versus Algeria. We had tickets to this like pub. We was doing like a closed function for this pub in London, and you know, we booked a table, so we had all the beers and stuff and all that on the side. You know, buds in the buckets with ice on tap, pretty much. Jugs of like punch. You know, it was all laid on. But that was the bit that I got to. The bit that I missed was when I was having lunch at this like Argentinian steakhouse where they serve all the meat on skewers and onto hot stone and all that sort of stuff. Oh my god, I would have fucking died because I couldn't get out early enough from my responsibilities. You know, because I am a responsible person. Not that all I had to pay for was a fucking train ticket to get down there and get home. But yeah, that was, you know, as I said, the evening was good, you know, from the bar and stuff, but I so wanted to go. There's actually a place down in Battersea, I think it is. So like the southern side of the Thames, and there was it was a Gordon Ramsay show. It was like the best restaurant type thing, and this one restaurant, there's one particular one which is an Argentinian steakhouse, and it's called Santa Maria del Sur. Right, I think it's still there, and it was featured on it. It didn't win; it came second. But that whole idea is like how it was all done, and the steak and sort of thing. I thought, I'm watching this, and my mouth was salivating. And it was around the time of my the breakup of my marriage sort of thing, and so I thought that's where I want to have a party there. I want to have a birthday party there. Right? Never happened. Never did it. Never got round to doing it. But it's just like one of those things. You're like, I'd really like to go there. Never happened. How would you rank various US chains, Judge? I've tried In and Out. Most expensive Big Mac meal I ever had was in Tokyo when I did the currency conversion. £29. Jeez, that's expensive. White Castle is the pub crisp of burgers. Good fries, stomach ache after, but worth it during. Best kind of food. Yeah, we know the translation. No, I did. I really miss US Taco Bell. UK Taco Bell is a whole different thing. A US Taco Bell is a night on the bog, but similar to White Castle, worth it while it's happening. Yes, very satisfying. CSQR. I really love Brazilian churrascaria. Isn't that the Namagos of Zana? Unlimited meat, fixed price. Yeah, no, absolutely. Picanha. Turn over the coin or you're doomed. I love the coin method. Japan has mental prices. On the flip side to that, right? Now this is going back 20 years. So when I was in New Zealand, now I will sit in comfortably because I love food and I love talking about food, and this just blew my mind, right? So was out New Zealand, we're doing the North Island, we're doing the South Island, and we was in a place called Taupo, which is in the South Island. It's similar. Well, Rotorua's a little bit further away, so there's like this big lake there, which used to be volcano basically, and there's this place called the Hacker Lodge, and the Queen was staying there. We didn't realise at the time. We was just driving around this place, going, "Why are there so many Union Jacks up at this place?" And then we found out because the England cricket team was touring New Zealand, and it was a royal tour as well going on. So she was like 3 miles up the road from where we were staying, and we went out to Pizza Hut. And we go into Pizza Hut and we go, okay, well, what do we want? And we looked at the meal deals, and basically they had 2 large Super Supreme pizzas with a 1.5 litre bottle of Pepsi, garlic bread, and some other sides. We worked out would cost, like the exchange rate worked out to £4. £4 sterling, which is about $6. Maybe about $7 at the time because the pound was stronger. And we were like, oh my God. And I was just like, this is fucking crazy. So we bought that between us, me and my other half at the time. And we chowed down. It was fucking lush, as you would expect. But it was when I went to KFC at this little place we stopped at. And we got in there, and at the time they had 2 types of chicken. You had the original recipe. You also had zinger chicken, which they did try and introduce over here, but didn't take off. But zinger chicken was the bollocks. We had like the hot wings here, and I think the zinger had just come out, but they had proper chicken, with zinger coating, fucking gorgeous. It was also where I had gravy for the first time, and where I had mash as well. They had mash over there in Australia as options. And whilst in this KFC, I'm looking at the menus, as you do, to think, what do I fancy? Now, they had like this ultimate party bucket sort of thing, which was something like 60 pieces of chicken, a dozen fries, and sides and all that sort of stuff. It worked out to around about 20 quid. It's like 20 quid. You know, a bargain bucket which was 6 pieces of chicken was a tenner. This has got 60 bits of chicken, and they're only charging like, it was less than 20 quid. I was like, I can't, you know, you're standing there just like looking at it, oh my god, fucking crazy. Well, the other thing about New Zealand at the time, I think it was like the exchange rate was like $3.50 to the pound. We filled up our car with petrol for the equivalent to £6. You know, I filled up my petrol on my car the other week, and that was £60. How times have changed. But yeah, Japan does have some metal prices. The True Judge, but if you can't eat non-international chains, it can be really cheap. Street food in Asia is dead cheap, yeah, but you have to be careful. When I was in PI, I had great meals for nearly nothing. KFC Zinger Twisters owned. I'll never forgive them for retiring them. Jollibee was an interesting experience. Just had one open over there here, less than an hour away. So KFC is not noteworthy in my area. Yeah, we like well, I like KFC. Normally on a Sunday, that's what me and my daughter have. So I finish work, I pick them up, or I go to theirs. We go to KFC, get KFC for me and her. And then I've got to go to a kebab shop because my boy doesn't like skin on fries. So I've got to get him fries normal. And the kebab shop is easier to go to than going to McDonald's and then queuing up because they're always busy. Now I want KFC. Bloody hell. Earlier on, you know, Burger King, now KFC. Also, earlier on, boobs. You know, I wanted boobs. Yeah. But yeah, it was. Food is glorious. I love food. Yeah, we've still got to do Morley's, haven't we, Ivy? As I say, we found the one in Southend, but I'm not willing to go there, not without my daughter. Booba shaker. Rather than go up tonight. Yes, that would teach me for not actually eating. Should have really just been the responsible host and eaten. It was either have a shower or try and cook something, and I couldn't cook anything because others were cooking. So yes. Food, boobies, burger. doing it again. I'm doing it off screen again. Sorry. I do apologise. You Brits have some top curry, so many good spots. You did the double stream. Yeah, I know. And now we're on to kebab. Oh. Now, what kind of kebab do you have, though, Ivy? Tell me. What kebab do you have? Tells a lot about a person. I like his style. I always used to be lamb doner, just because it was cheaper. But I do like lamb shish. I don't have chili sauce on mine. I like to have lemon juice on it all, but the kebab shop we go to, they do it separately. But I don't, you know, which is annoying because the guys down the bottom of the road here, they'll give you a little container of lemon juice so you can add it yourself, which I appreciate. But yeah, it's or lemon sauce, lemon juice, what do you want to call it. But yeah, I used to go to a place actually near Wayland Games. There used to be a kebab shop, and this is when I lived in Basildon. So we used to drive 10 miles or so to this kebab shop to have like either a chicken doner or chicken shish. Actually, chicken shish was the one. You definitely, it was fucking delicious. But I used to like having Donna there. She was a lovely girl. But because they had like a hot plate, and I just asked them just to crispy up it a little bit. I don't like that soggy doner kebab. I like it with a little bit of like cookedness to it, like not well. I suppose it is well done in a way, but you know what I mean. Just to add a little bit more to it. I used to find it flavoursome. But yeah, and they should do that. But I haven't had one of their kebabs in a long while. But yeah, I generally hit the shish. Not a fan of kofti. Kebab. Ours is basic. It's all grouped as Persian Mediterranean. Most Americans don't know the difference. Kebab. Shish kebab. Alakazum. That's the old one. That's the new one. And when we do meet up next, Ivy, we're gonna have to have some like serious eating. I think it's necessary. we just gotta eat. No Titans, just food. So I'm also a big fan of doing the old fajitas and stuff. Like even like the old like El Paso, make your own stuff. The traditional smoky barbecue is fucking lush. Be it because again, this is something I discovered when I was traveling around Australia and New Zealand. We'd get hold of the El Paso like kit sort of thing. And it was actually when I was in uh, Port Douglas, which is on Queensland coast. Gorge of Mars, I love it. Definitely. Is where I was cooking up some steak, and the guy who actually run this hostel we were staying at, called Dougie's on Port Douglas, came up and he said, "Oh, what do you want to do? What do you want to do when you're cooking a steak? You cook it on one side, cook it, and then you flip it over, give it a coating, and then wash your out sort of thing. So it's like the right sort of juiciness and stuff inside it." And that's what I've done ever since, because he was right. It tastes delicious. And then we was doing steak fajitas, um, stuck that in there. Yep, no, go for it. Steak fajitas, chicken fajitas, turkey fajitas. I actually quite enjoy as well. You know, a little bit healthier for the white meat. But yeah, it's just that whole peppers, onions, mix it all in, frying it all up in your frying pan and gorging yourself. The gorge of Mars. Gosh. I have 3 tasty spots within 15 minutes. Nice. If I was rich enough, I would be over there like a shot so you could show us, mate. And if I was rich enough, I'd bring a posse with me. What's the same thing about the UK? I like your food, many Yanks don't. Well, I don't know. I do like watching those little videos where they have famous American celebrities tasting, like comparing American snacks and British snacks, for example. And it is quite telling where a lot of the stuff that they do, the British snacks do tend to do better, whether or not because they're a new flavour or experience for them, but they do normally do quite well against American snacks. Stuff that you like, staples. I've tried American stuff like Twinkies, for example, which I was always led to believe was like really really awesome, and honestly, I felt my arteries closing up after having one because it's the cream in the Twinkie felt like fatty, oily sort of thing. It wasn't nice. It wasn't a nice experience, and obviously they can last a lifetime. Yeah, and like I remember. And that's the thing. Is like with the British, like the thing I like about the British is like we can turn anything into a sandwich as well. Yeah, I've been known in the past from work. I would have cottage pie sandwich. Literally, I'd be eating up a cottage pie, microwavable cottage pie, and I'll also do a couple of slices of bread and butter, and I'll just fill it up like sort of like an open face but closed. Just put it in there, hunk, dun, 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 dun. Lasagna as well. I've had mashed potato sandwiches. It's just do it. Twinkies have always been crap since the 70s. Always been shits. Judge Full English is lovely. Must have black pudding though. And that's what we'll do in the future. We'll have a Forge Con, and where it will just be gaming and eating and drinking. It'll be the ultimate in gaming cons. But yeah, it'll be awesome. There might not be much gaming because there'll be lots of fooding. So one of my friends I met through a Twitch, Lasshammer's Twitch channel. He is a super sort of foodie. And he does some proper sort of like cooking, like all these like posts on Instagram is food. The old like brisket smokers and all that. Oh, you see it, you go, oh my god, my mouth is salivating. And I require to eat this stuff. There's so much food. I would say so much food out there that I would like to experience in this short lifetime before all my arteries dry up and stuff. It's so hungry. And the official next big gathering is for the Titan Walk. That's like 3 months. Even the first one we went to, which was we went all out to a TGI Fridays. That was awesome. Steak that I had was fantastic. I know there was a few on there that had like tomahawk steaks. I didn't realise they did tomahawk steaks. Otherwise, I would have had one. I will admit, Hershey's and Mars are crap. Your Nestle and other chockies are good, and then the Belgians. Even Canadian candies are better than the gourmet brands in the shops, but you pay a premium. Pay a premiums. Yeah, that's pretty yeah, pretty good. So. But yeah, it's so much food. This has been really hard for me today. Doing all this and talking food when you're not eaten. What a mistake at a maker. Yeah, Fridays is quite low shelf. Like let's say like over here, it's sort of like hip and happening. I think it's what a memorabilia. You know, it's like a successful Planet Hollywoods in some respects. Oh, there's so many sort of like taste variations that you've got over there because of the vastness. Wow. Places tend to have the best specific dishes. Louisiana has gumbo and crawded. Is it chowder? Texas has steaks and barbecue. New York has pizza. Chicago has steak and their starter pizza. It's a lot. So much to take in. So little time to achieve it. Prawns. Swamp prawns. Alright. I thought it was like shrimp. A bubblegum shrimp. You got this shrimp, that shrimp, this shrimp, this shrimp. You got that shrimp, your shrimp. That's pretty much what I know about shrimp. doodad. As you mentioned earlier on, I do appreciate a bit of surf and turf on my steak. Garlic prawns, mwah, love it. Get them on there. That's oh, back. Yes, it's I'm assuming Rob did see the moose earlier on. I think he's gone out hunting for some Lernians. Down where me and Filbert are, you know, some really nice sort of like seafood sort of places. Obviously, being a sort of coastal area, Old Lee in particular, I used to go down there with the kids on occasions, and there's a couple of pubs down this one little area of Old Lee. It's where most people sort of visit. A couple of seafood places there, and there's one of them that does these chili anchovies. Oh, so nice. It was like really cheap too. So you get some chili anchovies, then you get some prawns, and you go sit down at a bench on a nice summer's day, grab yourself a beer or two, and just enjoy the sun whilst eating some seafood. Crab sticks. It's really basic. But they used to have this like really nice sort of like seafood sauce. It was very similar to Thousand Island dressing, I guess. But chili anchovies. Oh my god. Oh, still lots more to do with these dudes. I'm gonna call it in a moment because I am wankered. I think the food didn't help. Yeah. The food, the boobs, the dudes. That's wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna because I'm struggling. I'm fluffer. So yeah, I'm what's the time? 12:20 bloody hell. It feels later. Jesus. So yeah, we've barely got 2 hours. 2 hours tonight. My God, it has been hot. Obviously, I have been, double stream champion. I also say I'm wanking a lot. So because you're my daughter, you know. So that's all that connection stuff. But yes, yeah. So Saturday, we are again back to normal with Saturday Night Reaver, Night Mac, man. Probably going to be doing more of these dudes, trying to getting them done. As I said, I've not had the hobby time because of me going away and enjoying myself. My bad. Sorry, everybody. But yeah, again, always appreciate you lot coming out and hanging out. Got a lot done. I want to see what you've done, you little scamp. But yeah, so we've painted, we've chatted, we've experienced things we never thought we'd experience on a Wednesday night, and we are still here standing. Not too much nipple slippage, thankfully. I want to keep the channel going. They don't watch. But yes, so thank you all for hanging out again, and I will catch up with you lovely people Saturday. And obviously, if I speak to you in between hand on social media and all that jazz, I will speak to you then. But until then, take care, happy hobbying, love you all, and nighty nights.